Okay, welcome to the August 22nd Thursday chat. And we have a few announcements. Betty Shapiro first.
Okay, thanks, Jerry. Hi, everyone. Just have a reminder about the Rosh Hashanah Potato Latke Drive that officially begins on Monday, but is actually on right now. The collection box is right outside the entrance to Nosh and welcomes your donation of latke mix and only potato latke mix, any brand, any flavor, any quantity. If you're on this Zoom and are currently not on campus, you can participate too. The easiest way is to order online and have it delivered to me at 27 Greystone Path, and I'll make sure it gets where it needs to go. However, if you do this, please let me know so I can expect it and let you know when it arrives. Otherwise, you can purchase the potato latke mix at any local grocery store or the Nosh store and put it in the collection box yourself. On behalf of the hundreds of families that rely on the kosher food pantry, I thank you for making their holiday special.
Okay, thank you, Betty. Now Betsy Weissel.
Yeah, hi, everybody. Most of you know about the Good Samaritan program, but for those of you who don't, I wanted to tell you about it. It's an opportunity to lend a neighbor or to borrow from a neighbor should you need a walker, a commode, a shower seat. There are several other things that people have called me for. Recently, I have found out that some of the new people don't know about this, so mainly that's why I'm on. But if you have something that you're willing to loan, excuse me, you're willing to loan to a neighbor, please get in touch with me. You can find me in the directory. If you would like to borrow something, please get in touch with me and I can put you in touch with somebody who has it. Realize that this is not a permanent loan. It's a temporary loan. They usually should, most of the time, there should be short term so that you're only using them for a month or so. If it's longer than that, it's probably something that you need to purchase. I also have very limited storage, but we do have some things in storage that are very limited. So if you're at all interested, please get in touch with me. Thank you.
Thank you. I may have missed somebody in the email. So if somebody else wanted to, I'm going to recognize Josh Ferraro in a minute. But if anybody else wanted to make an announcement, just raise your hand and I'll recognize you after Josh. Josh, go ahead.
Oh, thanks, Jerry. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Thursday. Eileen is still on vacation in Ireland, and Chef Patrick is involved in the kitchens this afternoon. So just me on today. I only have a few brief announcements, but first I do actually need to reach out with a little request for help. As you know, ambulatory aids, walkers, are a necessary support mechanism for many of our residents. But as you also may realize, that in the dining room, when they're stored at the tables, they certainly pose a potential safety risk for both our staff and residents in the flow of the dining room. So that is why we have a protocol that the walkers must be stored away from the table in an area designated by the manager that doesn't impede the flow of the restaurant. And my ask is that for any of those residents who can store them on their own, either prior to sitting down or maybe a dining companion helping them store it, it certainly helps our staff focus on the other aspects of service, greeting the tables, getting the beverages, all of the things done with service. Our staff are definitely there to help assist the storage when needed. But I do ask that if you're able to store it on your own, please take that initiative. That just allows us to really focus on the service level. So that's my request for those of you that are able to help. And if you do see a walker not stowed properly, certainly you can speak up, raise your hand, and let a staff member, supervisor, or manager know if we happen to overlook it. But it is a focus for us in the dining room. We have this Friday is the deadline. If you're interested in joining us for next Wednesday's dairy night menu, kosher dairy in Great Meadow Hall. This will actually be a plated dinner rather than a buffet. So there is a pre-order involved. Those order forms and menus are available on the website or at the Nosh. And if you can return those before the end of the day tomorrow to Nosh, if you're interested in joining us next Wednesday, that would be great. If you're not joining us for dairy night, but still want a Nosh meal delivered, you can do that as usual, as long as you place it by 2 p.m. For that day. In the culinary corner tomorrow, you will notice a memo about Labor Day operational changes, a little bit different. It will be outlined in the culinary corner. We will be doing a couple of different things. The Nosh Deli will be open to 6 p.m. for in-person dining off the lunch menu. The dinner menu will be available only for delivery in Nosh on Monday, September 2nd. Centro will be closed for lunch that day, but we will be doing a clam bake buffet similar to our 4th of July clam bake for those of you that remember and attended. It was a very popular buffet, and we are mimicking that again on Labor Day. If you don't attend the buffet and want a Centro meal delivered, you can order off the Centro dinner menu for to-go delivery as long as you place it by 2 p.m. The clam bake buffet will be for dine-in only, and that will be between 4 and 7. And again, those details, including the menu, will be included in tomorrow's dining communications. And then finally, I've mentioned this a few times, but we are finalizing all of the plans, schedules, menus, dining times, reservation process for the upcoming High Holy Days in October. All of that information in a packet form we plan to send out in Friday, September 6th dining communication. That gives you almost a month to plan accordingly, look at the menus, and just make your plans and decide where you're going to dine with us for the High Holy Days. And Jerry, I think that's it. I will remind anyone that we do have a brunch this Saturday in Winter Garden. We've got about 30 reservations, and we can certainly accommodate more than that. So if you're interested in brunch this Saturday in Winter Garden and hadn't signed up yet or made a reservation, please do so. It just helps us for planning purposes. We'd like to see a little bit more. I know there's an omelet station, lox, all of that stuff. So we look forward to it on Saturday. Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you. I don't know, Sid Josephi, do you have a question or an announcement?
A question.
Go ahead.
Josh, we were a little late to going to the Nosh barbecues on Sunday and really enjoy it. Is that just going to be a summer? I understand that it's going to end by Labor Day. Is it only?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to repeat. Can it be offered during the year or?
That's interesting, Sid. I mean, officially, the every reoccurring Sunday barbecue will end the following Sunday. Would it help me out? That is the 1st, September 1st, the last one, I believe. But that's not to say that we can't occasionally do a barbecue in the fall or barbecue in the winter style menu. I think it's a great suggestion, Sid. I think after a few weeks of not running it, knowing that we've been running it every Sunday for the past couple months, give everyone a quick reprieve. But I think it's a great suggestion to bring it back occasionally, and I could certainly see us doing that, Sid. That's a good suggestion.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to know how much the clam bake costs.
Look for the menu tomorrow, Faye. I believe it's going to be $35. It is a fantastic menu that Chef Patrick has put together, including mini lobster rolls, steak tips, poached salmon, clams on the half shell, cocktail shrimp, clam chowder, gazpacho. I mean, it's a big menu. So I believe the final cost is going to be $35, but please check the menu tomorrow to confirm that.
Okay, any other questions? Announcements? All right, you're on, Jessica.
Hi, Jerry. Thank you. This is a quick one today. I can't believe it. I'm already on, but I'm ready. First, I just want to start off by giving some not great news. A lot of you are aware that unfortunately Joe Zagolis from the concierge desk had an injury at home. He did have surgery on Monday, which went very well. He's home recuperating. Of course, I share this after he gave me permission to go ahead and let everyone know. But so you will not be seeing Joe at the concierge desk for a little bit. When we have more information about what the timeline looks like, we will absolutely keep people posted. I know a lot of people are reaching out about sending cards, which is so thoughtful. And Mark is actually collecting cards that he's going to send out. So if you want to send Joe a card, I recommend handing it off to Mark, and Mark will make sure that Joe gets them. So again, sad news. In the meantime, Mark and the security team have been unbelievable trying to find coverage, piecing together a plan for now. But as soon as we have more updated information, I will absolutely share. On the COVID front, just kind of your weekly reminder to stay home if not feeling well. Security has an abundance of tests. They're ready to test. We only have 2 positive cases here in independent living, so that's really good. The outside community, a lot of other facilities and communities are not doing as well and are having an uptick in cases. So please just remember to wash your hands, wear a mask if you feel that you should be wearing a mask, and just know your comfort level and your risk level. And on the same topic, I know that we're still in the summer, but it's definitely been feeling a little bit more like fall. In 2 weeks, I'll have 3 out of my 4 children going back to school. So I don't want to wish away the summer, but I'm definitely looking to having the kids back in a routine and in school with their friends. But we are already planning our flu clinic. So last year, if you remember, if you were here, we had a issue where we kind of delayed getting the flu vaccine in. And that was more because the pharmacy was having a shortage of getting that. So I wanted to make sure that we are on the list and that we're communicating early on so that as many people that would like the flu vaccine can have it done here on site. The CDC recommendation is to get the flu vaccine administered in September, usually middle September towards the end. So we will be trying to plan that accordingly, as long as they have the vaccines available. And of course, we'll be making sure that we're checking with holidays and making sure it works for the community as a whole. So more to come on that, but I just wanted to kind of overly communicate because I know last year it was very much so delayed. Does anybody have any questions on COVID or flu?
Maya, fine, go ahead, Maya.
So you talked about the COVID. You're also, is that also including the flu? So we get them both at the same time?
Yes, so that's the hope. The CDC, as of yesterday, when I had spoken to Denham Pharmacy, hadn't approved for the new round of boosters. I'm actually thinking that may have changed today. So I will be in touch with the pharmacist. And if we are able to do them both at once, I know that that's the goal of individuals because they don't have to come back twice. So if we can make that happen, we absolutely will.
They just approved it and announced today it'll be available starting next week.
Yeah. So if we can get them on the same day, we surely will.
Sid Josephi, you had your hand raised. Okay.
Never mind.
Any other questions? Anything else, Jessica?
I do have some more items. Oh.
We have Marcia Vanicelli. Go ahead. Marcia, you're muted. Go ahead. You're unmuted now. Go ahead, Marcia.
Yeah, so is it the new flu shot or is this just the same one again? And excuse me, the COVID shot.
So the COVID shot, I don't have a lot of information on, Marcia, because that just became news today. So we'll have more information with that coming out.
Great, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead, Jessica.
All right. And now I am adding in the chat a email address and an extension. So on October 6th, from 9 to 10:30, Hebrew Senior Life will once again be sponsoring the Needham's Jog Your Memory. This is the 5K run or the 1.5 mile walk. This is a community event. Usually we participate every year. I know last year we had a lot of residents and staff members who went to represent Newbridge, which was great. It really benefits Alzheimer's caregivers and anyone really affected by memory loss. So this is a great cause to come together with not only other residents, but with staff members to walk. It is free of charge, but I would ask that you reach out to Emily Siegel. There's her email address and her extension. You sign up, let her know. That way she can make sure you have a Newbridge t-shirt. And it'll be a fun morning. Hopefully the weather will be good and we can all walk for a great cause. So again, it's right in the chat, but her name is Emily Siegel. And I also put that in the letter for tomorrow. On Tuesday, August 27th, Comcast will be on site. They will be here at 9 a.m. and they need to replace equipment near the cottages. So unfortunately, the cottage community will have a brief outage of services. They're anticipating that it'll be 30 minutes or less. Of course, with technology, with Comcast, who knows for sure, but that's the hope. This only is going to affect the cottage community. The long-term gain will be better. Right now, we have a box that has all the services and it's underground, which is why sometimes we're having some outage issues, especially within our cottage community. So them replacing this equipment is really going to help so that we're not having those spotty services at times. Comcast TV and internet will be affected. Your phones will still work. And as always, appreciate the support and patience. I know even though it's a short time, it is a disruption. And again, that's on Tuesday, August 27th. And I want to give a reminder for our impact awards. They are able to be submitted online where a link had gone out a couple weeks ago in Matt's letter. We're going to resend that out tomorrow. So the last couple months, we're noticing a decrease in people getting nominated. And as a reminder, this is an award that you recommend staff for something that they've done that's been above and beyond. So whether they did something that was completely out of their job scope, or you just feel like you need to really recognize this individual, please fill out a card, or you can do the email link. The cards are at the front desk, the concierge desk, as well as the AL front desk. The last two staff who won, which I think was said on here, but just in case. So it was Naomi, who was one of our certified nursing assistants from assisted living, and Tyrone, who's in our engineering department. And they actually were featured in the local newspaper. So the Dedham Times had their pictures with their supervisors and a really nice write-up. So if you get that and saw that, Lynette was nice enough to make copies of the papers for the staff, and they were just overjoyed that they were in the newspaper and got this type of recognition. So it really is so meaningful to the staff. So if you have someone that you'd like to give a shout out to, please go ahead and fill out the cards. And I also have our 15-year celebration coming up. So it's hard to believe that Newbridge has been here for 15 years. There are 45 residents that moved in 2009. So on Monday, if you were one of the individuals that your move-in date was in 2009, you're going to get a special invitation in your cubby, which will be inviting you to a Pioneers lunch. This lunch will take place in Copper Beach. It'll be at noon on September 19th, which is a Thursday. And we're hoping to get the Pioneers together, have a wonderful lunch, and then after have the whole community meet at 2 o'clock in the Winter Garden for a giant cake and a lot of just memories. So there'll be some nice slideshow, just looking at the years past, and I really hope everyone will come and have cake with us and celebrate. So that again is September 19th. Invitations on Monday. All this will be in the newsletter as well. And lastly, I just wanted to make people aware, I was walking around and having lunch on Tuesday with a gentleman, and he is actually a member of the House of Representatives for Berlin. And he flew in, he met one of HSL's board members and at a training or in service of some sort, and started to learn about Hebrew Senior Life and became so interested in it that he flew out, he toured our building, he asked a lot of questions. He was so completely in awe of the community. He couldn't believe how large it was, how many residents are here. He was really asking a lot of questions about the continuing care that we have assisted living and long-term care and rehab and outpatient. So it's just really cool to have somebody that came all that way and was so interested in Hebrew Senior Life and Newbridge. So if you saw me with him, that's who he was. I did introduce him to some of you that I saw, but it was a great visit, and you know that they're over there talking about Hebrew Senior Life is pretty cool. So I wanted to share that. And lastly, Matt is on vacation. He is back on Monday. When he comes back on Monday, I will be off for the week, the last week before the kids go back to school. So we'll be doing everything we need to do, and I'll be giving my husband a little bit of a break, not too much, but a little bit of a break before I go back to work after that. So if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to take them.
Any questions? You see anybody, Faye?
Nope.
David? Okay, well, thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Jerry, exactly 78.
Who is something?
That was Barbara.
Exactly.
And it did get up to 78. I saw it.
Yeah, no, I saw that, but you raised it to 80.
I know, I take it back.
Didn't get to 80. I was waiting to congratulate.
Yeah, 78. Oh,
It was
well.
pretty close.
I'm gonna enter the lottery.
Bye,
Have a
everyone.
good one.
We can always count two in a picture, you know. Bring it up there.
Hmm.
Thanks,
Bye,
everybody.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.